Alright guys, here we are to talk about Twilight Zone, Episode 14, Season 1 as it appears on Netflix.
Hello.
Hello.
So this was skipping everything
Sure.
about what happened. You just watched it. You know what happened.
Yeah.
Skipping everything. Like this was another one where I didn't even think of the twist as a twist because
It was so obvious.
I just assumed it from the beginning.
Yeah.
There was another one that we watched. I forget which one that was exactly the same way. Where I was like, that. What else could it have been? So therefore, when they did the big reveal, I was like, well, yeah.
No,
What?
this was a stale, bland episode. The only thing that was interesting about it was how it was creepy and Stepford filmed.
Yeah.
There was no twists, even at the end when the guard's coming closer. You knew it was that guy.
It had it's only 4 people in the fucking
The only twist was why does he not have guards? That's a twist that the army does. They say,
I'll go alone. Well, there's several of them. I'll go alone.
they can tell that the car is on the site when the plane or the ship, the craft, was 30 yards away from the fence. He could have just walked, and it would have seemingly not set off the alarm.
I don't know.
Opening the fence doesn't trigger the alarm, but driving onto the property does. I don't know.
It's a different planet, Stefan. The rules could be different.
How tall was that guy? At one point, he woo, and hovers into a window and looks, and I'm like, what the hell's happening?
Oh yeah. No, it was weird. I see what they were going for. I totally agree. I call out at some point the way it's filmed, the weird angles and stuff. I don't know if this is going to be a trend from this point onward, if this represents a point in the show, the pilot season's over and now we have more money or something. But I feel like camera angles and cinematographically and all that stuff, this was a big departure or whatever. It opens with an actual moving shot when he has the cigarette and it pans over in this weird way. And then there's a shot from beneath the glass card table at one point. There's a bunch of stuff that happens.
Yeah, definitely some interesting angles.
Up until now, it's been shot the Honeymooners or whatever. It's been very flat, I feel in almost every episode. So this is very interesting that this was so different or something. And I liked it, but yeah.
Cinematography I liked, but the episode itself, very bland, stale, fell flat for me.
Yeah.
Because there was not a twist, it was just an episode. And not going into enough on what is the problem? Why do you think you're actually going to die in a few days? Some cool things would have been nice.
Sure.
Building up, because it almost felt like all right, it's Krypton's last days. We got to get Superman to Earth. But there was no what's happening
No, and this was playing on
the Cold War.
Yeah, he says hydrogen armaments or whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, this is. It's 59 still, I think, or maybe 60 or 61 by now, or whatever the fuck, whenever this was happening, or airing or something. So yeah, that's still fresh in America's mind or something, and we're playing off of that. So this is unlike what we did, which was awesome. This other parallel Earth descended into Cold War madness, and it's finally 11:59:59 on the Doomsday Clock, and now they're gonna have to leave and go somewhere else. And what if it was Earth or something
I don't even have a lot to say about this episode because it's such a straightforward episode. Big Brother is watching. Gotta get our plans right. We've bribed people. Gotta get off Earth. Things are gonna go down. Oh, but they know anyway. They're coming. They're alluding.
Yeah.
They're hinting that we do know. It's a good day to stay in. Don't go. We have to go. It's gonna die if we don't go. We might die if we do go. We just have to try. Okay. Tell your daughter. She didn't freak out at all like you'd expect. Any situation in any movie ever with things like this, they tell the kid, all right, we have to leave tonight, blah blah, and they always go no, my boyfriend Johnny, I can't leave. And there should be a thing where the kid runs away and they grab her in the nick of time to get out of there, and then Earth explodes as they drive away, but that didn't happen, or fake Earth, whatever they were on. I like the center console of the UFO, the bubble with the spinning thing inside, and I was like, wow, for a shot that's 2 minutes, I'm like, I wonder what this costs. What do you do? Did you already have that set for something else?
It had to be, right? Because they dressed up the entire UFO interior just for some dialogue that could have happened with very little establishing stuff. No, the telling the daughter thing, there wasn't enough time. There wasn't enough time in this episode, as there are for most of these, to even do a lot of stuff or whatever. So a lot of stuff you just have to pretend is this is just a stand-in for all that. I kind of liked a lot of the performances from the actors and actresses and all that stuff.
They were fine
in general. But no,
you look nervous.
At one point,
Pouring lemonade.
no, but like, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, the only thing I can give it credit for is if I replace what they showed us with that one dude in like the gray suit with like 22 minutes alone of just that and like just the tension of that, right? In like some other full-length movie with money and sets and stuff and it's happening.
Yeah.
Because how do they know who like he has to turn on like the grinding machine in like the garage to like discuss the plans. But then they freely discuss the plans like several other times and places or whatever.
Yeah, in the middle of the living room where you think that would totally be bugged.
Because like the
guy holds up a white piece of paper that's the other side of it like there's schematics on it. Like he should have been able to see that just through the paper. He held it up.
I know.
But you know,
that
not
was
to be
like
too nitpicky
for
on something
extension,
that's
but
not very good.
No, but at one point, he gets a phone call, and it's like, it was my division head. They're working tonight, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
You know, they're sending a car for me, and that's when I thought, oh, that's what's going to be interesting about this. They've set up a thing now where he has to like, well, I have to stay here. You have to go without me or whatever.
Yeah.
No, we can't, and all that stuff. But then they just fucking peace out and leave, and I'm like, the car's going to get, and like, so like they're working tonight means like, oh, even though I'm like a research scientist, I would apparently have to be there with my team to like actually launch the missile for some reason, which makes no sense. But I feel like they are implying that like doomsday, nuclear doomsday is happening because his division has to work tonight. But if that car for you is on the way, the minute it gets there and the dude's honking and nothing's happening, they're gonna be like, yo, he's not here, what's up? And then it's fucking obvious, like, I don't know.
And they knew already that it was happening. Like the guy just alluded to so much that he knows it's happening tonight. Yeah, this really was not. This might be the worst episode so far.
Holy shit! Worse than getting sucked into movies, Stefan?
No, that was the worst. Second.
There was one other one that I feel like was even worse, but I can't like remember what it was.
But even that one, at least like getting sucked into movies, I'm like, oh, the twist is she's going into the movie. This one, like, and that was not a good twist.
Yeah.
But this one didn't even have a twist. Like,
well, okay.
Like you knew.
That's the final thing is like, I don't know if it's because we are more intelligent as an audience now, or if we've just seen so many things like this. Do you think, and then what if this happened to you back then when this originally aired, if you would have not seen this coming, and how mind-blowing would that should have been? They blew it up, Stefan. It was Earth all along.
I can't imagine not seeing that coming. Like maybe if you're really young or really dumb.
Yeah, like why would you think? Oh no. So you're supposed to think that it is Earth.
Yeah, and they're fleeing Earth.
But they're leaving Earth, and it looks like Earth. So why wouldn't you think it was Earth?
I just the whole time assumed it wasn't Earth.
I know. Well, no, I feel the same way. The minute they said there's a planet very far away, not unlike our own or whatever, I'm like, well, that's okay. Now, okay, good. They're not on Earth.
Yeah.
But I for a few of these that we've watched, we've watched 14 now. I'm left thinking like, what if this blew my mind? That would be a big deal, right? Compared to having it not blow my mind at all.
Well, even just watching the spaceship fly in that scene through space might have blown your mind in '59.
Just having a television in general would have blown my mind.
You probably wouldn't have had one. It would have been at a neighbor's house or watching in the street through the window.
No, I don't know. Like, I can't put myself in that position. I don't think it's like the episode's fault that I saw it coming completely. I feel like back then you wouldn't have, and we've just watched so much other stuff that has stuff like this in it. But I can't judge it based on that. I'm just saying, like, it kind of makes me sad. It's like, oh, I'm not getting like the full effect of this, right? Because I'm already forgetting about this.
No, but there's a lot of timeless ones, and this just isn't that one.
Yes,
I'm not judging this based on how good could it have been. I'm judging on how much do I like it, and I didn't like this one. So this one, a thumbs down episode.
No,
and that's
thumbs down myself too. It's just that I feel this existential sense of like, what if, and like how that would be so much better, and why do some not work? Why are they so obvious in like retrospect? Were they obvious then? I don't know.
I think a good episode was a good episode even then, and but then the good ones became great episodes then, and now there's good episodes.
But being able to see the twist coming, I think, is based on like your cultural context or your fucking.
But I can see a twist coming and it still be a good episode.
Yeah,
and
true.
this just didn't have that for me.
Right, because they kind of just say, oh, and it's Earth, by the way. It reminded me of that Futurama thing where it's like, we've put together all the worst DNA ever and the most horrible thing, and then a dude walks out and says, turns out it's man, or whatever, right, or something like that. Like, some dumb, like, I don't know. Right? No payoff, no drama.
Yeah,
Not
no.
good. Thumbs down.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry.
that's this episode of Twilight Zone. Until next week, don't die in a fire, and we'll catch you later.